only going to be the Ignite, but this is going to go national. First Lady's going to say a whole lot more about my son.
Oh my goodness, I am so humbly proud of Brandon. I mean, this is his dream, and to be here to witness his dream, and to be here also to see all of the wonderful people and how they support Brandon is amazing. God is so great and wonderful, and I prayed with my son this morning, and I prayed that he would have a successful event, and guess what? It is successful.
When he's on PIC TV network, we had an interview with him. He almost started preaching. He almost preached on my TV network.
Oh yeah, we saw it.
You got a great network.
When he coming back again.
You do a tremendous job.
Thank you, Pastor Matt.
Thank you.
My name is Ruben Flowers. I've been with Southwest Airlines 31 years. I'm a captain with Southwest. Sitting next to me is my son.
My name is also Ruben. I'm a first officer at Southwest Airlines for 1 month, and today we'll be flying my dad's retirement flight. He was hired 2 weeks before I was born, so I've grown up a Southwest baby and given everything I've had through him for me to be able to be raised in Southwest. As a child, I used to go down to the training center down in Dallas.
He was flying the simulators at Southwest Airlines before he even had a driver's license. So I said, I know where he's going to end up. I thought I was going to be the only one. Then my brother came right behind me, and then my cousin came over, and I said, oh, what's going on here? I got 2 more coming, though. My daughter's a pilot, and my youngest kid is a pilot.
He's left a legacy of people as far as friendships and family members and careers that he's actually have under him. And it's a special day. And for myself, I would not be here if it wasn't for him. From my heart, I would like to thank my brother for everything.
He's always been just a phone call away. When I was a young pilot flying in the middle of nowhere, I could always call and Ruben was right there.
Know the legacy that he's carried on here. I don't think he understands how many people he has touched. For me to come to this company and hear how much my dad has affected other people and how it's carrying over to me, and then as well, like my friends, like hearing them speak about adopt a pilot and such things. It's just been an amazing feeling for me to grow up. A lot of people, I feel like they look up to me as a pilot, and it's all because I looked up to him.
I've been with Southwest so long, and I feel like it's all a family, and you never lose your family. So I'll be back. I'll be back in the back of the plane. I'll have family up in front of the plane flying me where I want to go, and family in the back of the plane getting me where I want to go. And when I approach the airport, anyone who's got a Southwest badge on is family. With Southwest Airlines, a career with a heart, it's everybody coming together for one goal, and that's to get people to their destinations, to their loved ones safe. And it's a big family here at Southwest that do all that they can to make that happen for you. I love this airlines, and it's a good feeling. I hate to leave, but I'm happy to see my son start his journey here. Wish I had more time to fly.
So there's an old saying, like father, like son, and that is certainly the case here. Captain Ruben Flowers just retired as a Southwest pilot after nearly 31 years in the sky. Throughout his career, he shared his passion with many young aviators. Look at this picture.
Look at that.
Through the Adopt a Pilot program, but none more special than his own son, also named Ruben. And we are joined by Ruben and Ruben right now. Good morning.
Oh, God, that's so cute.
Good morning.
Oh my God, you spoke in unison. I just can't. This is the cutest thing ever. Okay, I have to ask Dad Ruben. Now I'm hungry. I want a Ruben sandwich, but I have to ask Dad Ruben, is your son just like you?
Yes, he is. We're just alike.
Now, Ruben, I have to ask you, what's the biggest difference between you and your dad?
I guess the age.
So
Hey, what a great day to start off the Father's Day presentation on PIC TV Network. And I want to send a lot of love out to the pilots, Ruben and his son. And this is a special tribute to all of you watching right now. It's the PIC TV Network kickoff for our Father's Day, amazing Father's Day presentation today. And I'm blessed to have with us Dr. Sheila McGrew from down in Alabama. She's the PIC TV Network business manager. She's also honoring her dad. She's gonna say a lot of good things about her dad. We're gonna put his picture up, and we got Minister Rob on here. He's from Georgia. He's gonna be talking about his dad, and we're gonna show you a part of my mini movie. I have a mini movie. It's only 6 minutes, folks. It's Make Me a Good Dad. I star in it. I produce it. I direct it. I do some acting. So I wanted to do something for Father's Day, and yeah, my mini movie is out, and we're gonna look at it tonight, and hopefully that you guys will be blessed by this presentation. So let's have our special guest to come up with me, and let's talk today. How you doing today, Dr. Sheila McGrew? How's Dad?
I'm great down here in Alabama. Great weather.
Yeah. Oh, that's when I want to come. When no tornadoes, no storms.
No storms and tornadoes for right now.
Right now. Hey, Mr. Rob, how you doing, Rob?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Man, we doing so good. You know, we taking time out to honor fathers. You know, and the making of a father is my mini movie I have coming out. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. But let's talk about honoring amazing fathers. And let's get right into it with Dr. Sheila. Dr. Sheila, we have a person that you want to talk about and you want to brag about. And let's talk about this man of faith right there. Who is this? Who is this, Dr. Sheila?
This is my dad. This is Bishop Walter McGrew. And my dad is the proud father of 12 of his own biological children.
Wow.
With my mom. Yes, it was a little over baker's dozen in that house. It was 14 of us out in that house, and he got us all through school and many of them through college and some business owners, and we're just very proud of what he's accomplished, especially with his upcoming and his upbringing, losing both of his parents at a very early age, and him being the youngest child out of the group of, I believe he had like 6 siblings or so, and him being the youngest in losing his mother and father at such a young age, his life was not that easy. It just wasn't, because he was born in 1935. Wow. So he's a child of the Depression age. So you know how that was harsh even during then. But he's always been a man of great faith and believed in education and educating his children. And at the age of 72, I believe it was 72 or 73, he got his GED. So he made sure to go back to school himself to complete his education. It was very important. So I am so happy and just honored for this man of God to be my father.
Wow, yeah, and I just love that picture, you know, and he's worth double honor, you know, on Father's Day, and to have him to be on our screen. He made it to PIC TV Network, and I know he's gonna be watching. Pops, we love you. You know, you raised a good family, and I can see all the love that you put in you, right in your daughter, you know, Dr. Sheila McGrew. And I want to bring up Minister Greg and let him elaborate, because I know he just wants to talk. I can see him smiling in the green room right now. He's smiling. I know he got some things to say about this beautiful photo of Dad. Come on, Greg.
Yeah, I just, when I looked at him, I said, man, you know, when I looked at his face, I just saw a deep well of wisdom. And I said, man, to sit at his feet and glean, you know, because when you have, and I mean, raising 12 biological children, and to not run out of his responsibility, I'm pretty sure he is full of stories. And of course, me, I'm more partial to the ministry side of it, you know. Man, that would be awesome just to hear him expound on that, you know. And man, that's awesome.
Yes, in September we will be celebrating 66 years of pastoral ministry. 66 years.
Wow. Wow. Praise God. That is awesome. That is awesome. Because he said he was born 1935.
He was born in 1935.
35. And he's still living today?
Oh yes, he's 89 years old.
He not yeah, because I mean, and I look at him, I look at because my father, he's born 1933. But he died at 85. So when I look into his, look into his soul and spirit, I was like, wow, he job well done, my good and faithful servant. So
Oh yes, yes. My dad, he's just been an influence not only on his children but also throughout the entire community, and even developing a park in our area in the name of the W. Armour Group Outreach Development and Education Program, which is a 501c3 in our area. But we have a beautiful park that the community and the kids can come and just celebrate, and that was also a dream of his, and he's continuing to dream. He's a visionary. He's continuing. His mind is always going. So even at the ripe age of 89, he's still kicking, But I would like to make sure to mention that also with my mom passed away in 2001, but Dad did remarry, and she had two wonderful children, and he's adopted them as his own as well. Everybody was grown, but hey, we're still considered kids under him. So my stepsister, my stepbrother, unfortunately, he had passed away, but he sees all of us as his children. So
Amen.
Dad is just a go-getter. He's still a go-getter right now, and there's nothing about him that's slowing down, and we're just really happy about that.
Amen. And that's because he has sown so much. That's why God has preserved him so well. And that's the reward, the just reward for sowing as much as he has into, and as you stated, even community wide. So I mean, I know that he is a father to many in the community where you guys live. It's just awesome to see our leaders, or I'm trying to find the word. I agree to say ancestors. I say I don't want him to be dead. I agree to say ancestors. I say no, he's still alive. I'm trying to find another. Yeah, I'm trying to find another word opposite of ancestor, but
our patriarch.
We stand. Yeah, patriarch. We stand. There you go. There you go. We stand on his shoulders, and they don't make them like that anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, nothing against modern day clergy, but there are just certain values that when I look into his soul, I just see the certain values that, and because of the times we live in, it escapes a lot of clergy and ministers because of the new, air quote, new way of doing ministry, I mean, and I understand, but there still has to be some sort of balance. And I know that your father represents that well for the body of Christ.
Yes, he does. That's one of the things that he makes sure that the main message is always going to be first and foremost, because if we're not winning souls to the kingdom, the rest of it is all done, is of ill effect. I mean, because we're not getting the main goal is to win souls for the kingdom. And we know that as time goes along, people, they may sing a little different, people may, but there's still a core value that we must continue to stay clear of, and a very no blurred lines, very distinct lines of between one and the world and of God. But my dad, as a pastor, he's now passed on the pastorship onto my oldest brother, Walter McGrew Jr. But he is still very, very active as our presiding bishop over our church organization. So he keeps a very watchful eye, and a very watchful spiritual eye, to make sure that the main goal is always done, and that's God's will, his purpose, his word, and winning souls for the kingdom.
Amen. God bless. Amen. Yeah. Hopefully one day I can get down there to come down there and you know, it's with the sun or whatever, just to, because I'm pretty sure, you know, the anointing drips down, you know, so yeah, so you know, anything you can get close, you know, to that's a blessing. So
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we here today honoring amazing dads on the PIC TV network broadcast today. And then we have Dr. Sheila McGrew from Alabama, and Minister Greg is on today from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm from Washington, D.C. So I want to talk to our audience about a movie that I have out, a mini movie. It's called The Making of a Good Father. Yes, my mini movie, my first mini movie is on Dash. It's only 6 minutes. It's a short film. We're gonna watch some of that in a few minutes, and yeah, we can elaborate and let you guys see me acting. This is my first time acting and producing, directing, and you know, it's my first mini movie short film that I'm bringing to the public. Now I have some short films out there. If you go to PIC TV mini movies, you can see all of my short films, but this is the first one. I'm really shy, y'all. I don't like to show myself on the big screen and stuff, but since it's Father's Day, I'm gonna do something. But I want to talk to Dr. Sheila and Minister Greg about Greg. We talked about this the other day about being there for your kids, even though some people are divorced, but you never divorced your kids. You never left your kids. Can you talk about that? Because there's a hard situation that some people are going through right now. Maybe you can help somebody who may be in a situation or circumstance where, you know, that mother don't want him to see the kids and she's taking it out on him, and he's just frustrated and, you know, feel like giving up and throwing in the towel. Can you elaborate on being a good dad even when you and your spouse are not together again? I don't know how to do that. Can you talk to us, Greg?
well, like I told you earlier, it's like, you know, unfortunately, my kid's mother, we didn't make it, but I didn't divorce, and this is a saying. It's sad, but it's a saying that I didn't divorce you. I divorced the mother, and sometimes what happens in the line of that emotional fire, we tend to use the kids as hostage, and we try to feel as we think that we're getting back at the mother by alienating the kids as well, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a father, because they're innocent and they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. So I tried to stay in my son's lives, you know, as much as I could, you know, them growing up, even to this, you know, present day. And I would just say that, you know, even though it gets hard and, you know, your emotions are raw at times, you have to realize one of the things that I realized was it's not about you. After you have that first child, it's not about you anymore. And you can't be selfish, even though you have, I guess what you say, moral right to say, I'm angry, I'm upset, and we acknowledge that. So one thing we're not going to do is pretend that those feelings aren't there. Okay. But you have a moral obligation to set the trend, to help the legacy of your family trend in the right direction by establishing that relationship with your kids. And and I know it's hard, but you have to learn how to separate those emotions of anger, hurt, and disbelief, and replace that with support, love, and guidance, even though you and your spouse aren't together anymore. And trust me, it is easier said than done. You know, I was listening to one of internet personalities, and he said that most spouses, when they're getting divorced, they're still actually in love with the other one. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. And sometimes you have to love them enough to let it go, because the last thing you want to do is to further perpetuate a toxic environment for those kids. So you can actually do more harm than good in trying to, and some people just want to try to save the family, and sometimes it's just, it just doesn't work. So we have to, by default, resort to, okay, I'm going to stay in my kids' lives no matter what. And it can be rather challenging because, we know when we're in a state of emotional frenzy, I don't want him to see the kids. I don't want him, I'm not going to tell him when the games are and all that. What I suggest you do, you're going to have to find a way to overcome that and still participate. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And once that spouse, knows that you're in it for the long haul, a lot of times they will subside and they will acquiesce, and because after all, the kids, the one thing you have to understand is that the kids are not going to stay kids forever. So they're eventually going to see whatever behavior is said or not said, or whatever lies are made up. Eventually truth will come out, and you don't want to be on the other end and find out where you have to explain to do as well. Well, I tried it. Well, he tried. No, Mom, he didn't, because I've been seeing him. He's been consistent. So after a while, you're going to have to, when you get found out, you're going to have to explain yourself. But in my conclusion, I would say the only way that you're going to get through this is with prayer and a relationship with God. That's the only way you're going to be able to get through this, because trying to do this out of your flesh, out of your soulish behavior, you will lose, because it can be exhausting to try and, fight that good fight without God. It's not a good fight of faith. It's a good fight of flesh. And that over a period of time, you will implode. I've seen it happen with close friends, up in personal. I've seen some examples that in my own relationships, but that's what the only thing I have to offer you is a relationship with God, and take those wounds, those verbal shots that attack your heart, your fiber, your being. The only thing that can retard or slow that slug down from penetrating your heart is God's love. And that's Pastor Dave, that's what all I can say on that subject matter, because I mean, we go through this every day. Somebody's getting, it's unfortunate, but every day family is being broken up physically and emotionally. That's pretty much my thoughts on that, sir.
No, now that was great. You did that in a very professional way. For those who are watching right now, you're just tuning in, you're just surfing through the internet, or you're on PIC TV network. We're honoring amazing fathers, and I want to salute Minister Rob Gregg. He is an amazing dad. He loves his kids. His kids is there. Matter of fact, one of his kids is in college playing football, and I'm gonna look for him when, next time I see him playing. I think Grambling, he's playing down there.
No, he's at Alabama State.
Oh, Alabama State. So that's down there by you, Dr. Schiller.
Yeah, he's at Alabama State.
Dr. Schiller, you got a game to go to, right?
Yeah, we got Alabama State. Anytime when people think of Alabama, they only think of the big guy, the University of Alabama. But
yeah, and I have to correct people. They say Alabama. I said no, Alabama State. I said, Lord knows he wish he played for Alabama, and so do I. Because that's one step close to the NFL. But anyway, he played for Alabama State. That's always a lofty goal. But I tell him, I said, yeah, I told him Pastor Dave, I told him, I said, listen, I said, you know, when I looked around the stadium and I saw, you know, I said, man, to me, you already made to the NFL, because to play Division I football is not an easy, you know, task. You know, I mean, let alone trying to go to the NFL where only 1% actually make it. But I said, to even play at this level and for somebody to want you, you know, that's a blessing. Because I, as a, you know, dad, I was like, well, man, I mean, what, you know, because he went to St. John's, Pastor Dave, prep college in DC. So, you know, that's that they play on a national level. So, and I'm like, man, ain't anybody, you know, all of us, man, you know, I started getting kind of mad. I was like, man, but then, you know, God has him where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the bottom line. I said, man, go where you're wanted, not where you're tolerated. You know, but it's hard when you're 19. It's hard when you're 18 and you're 19 years old and your friends are going to play for Oregon and Georgia and what they call in big time college football Power 5. And I was like, listen, if you good, even at the HBCU, they'll find you. You know, in other words, and I told him, I said, if you think about it, it's less pressure than, because what they don't tell you is how many of those Power 5 schools, how many of those athletes end up coming to HBCUs. Because when you go to those big schools, it's 20 of you. You might have been a 4-star 5. It's 20 of you. And you know, and he called me one day. He said, Dad, I'm telling you something. Even at, you know, Alabama State, and I'm not trying to diminish the program, but he said, Dad, it's about business. I said, yeah, I know. It's about, you know, making them bowl games, and it's about making the school money. So I said, now, can you imagine trying to play for them schools? And the depth chart is so deep. So I just praise God that he's where he's supposed to be. And Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. is a great coach. He's a Christian man as well. And I'm just, you know, I'm down and so proud of him, you know. So I'm just looking for great things his sophomore season coming up.
Yeah, and I'm so proud. I can tell you're a proud dad. I know he's going to be watching this show. You can give him a shout out to him. PIC TV Network. We're going to take a commercial break, folks. Don't touch that dial. You got to watch to the end, because we got something special to show you on my PIC TV mini movies. Only 6 minutes. It's a small short film, but I'm going to share this with you guys. You got to stick around to see it. And we are so happy today to have these Father's Day tributes to all of you who are watching right now. Yeah, I hope that you just continue to be blessed. Check this out.
Hey friend, I've got some super exciting news to share with you in the world of technology. Dr. David Evans has just introduced the PIC TV Network AI VIP voice promo, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Now, you can take your next event to a whole new level of awesomeness by getting the VIP voice promo. Imagine the possibilities. To learn more and seize this fantastic opportunity, give him a call at 240-423-9820. Embrace the tech revolution and get ready for some serious fun. Let's celebrate together.
You know, one of the beautiful things I love about recording mini movies on PIC TV Network is our mini movies are real, they're original, and people love them, you know, because we record with you in mind. For those who are watching right now, we're in California recording these last mini movie, 98. That means we only have 2 more mini movies to go. We are here at this beautiful Jackie Robinson Memorial here in beautiful California, and we're honored to be on such a beautiful place. PIC TV mini movie, 98 stars right now. I can't let y'all see all of the mini movies. You only gonna see a little bit of it. So if you want to see the mini movies, you got to go over to PIC TV mini movies on YouTube. You can see we got over 100, and I started shooting those in Washington D.C. And when we were in California last year, we shot 100 short films. 100, and we're over that now. But I got a special treat for you. We have a Father's Day mini short film that I did produce and direct, and we're gonna have my cast in here. They're gonna be going over my movie with me. We're gonna be stopping and just going through it a little bit. But it's called "Make Me a Good Father." And before we go into that presentation, I want to honor my dad, Dr. Sheila McGrew. My father, John Evans, has made me the man that I am, because I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for Father Evans. You know, that's my dad. He raised 9 kids. He is a father of love. He gave us everything he had. I had a close relationship with my dad before he went to heaven. I worked with him every summer. His room was right beside him and Mama's room on Spring Road. I used to sneak in that room and jump in the bed with them. The most beautiful, safe feeling is just like being in between mom and dad when you sleep. If you haven't experienced that, it's a beautiful thing. Mom on one side, dad on the other side, you in the middle. Nothing like that, you know. And I want to honor my dad on this amazing day that we have for honoring father's tributes. Father Evans in heaven, and maybe you're like me. You have your dad may be in heaven, but he always will live in your heart. So doing this, the making honoring amazing dads like Dr. Sheila. You know, my dad and your dad look a little bit alike. Let me see something. They look a little alike. Look at that. Look at your dad and look at my dad. They kind of like they might have partied together when we were kids. They might have cut a rug. So we honoring Father Evans. We honoring Dr. Sheila McGrew's dad, and we want to honor your dad. This is something that we're doing all week long, and we got Rob going to bring his dad's picture on the next segment. So we have amazing dads this week. So this is the first kickoff. We're going to also have amazing dads tomorrow, which is on Thursday, 8 p.m. We're going to bring some more guests on Friday, 8 p.m. Bring some more guests on Saturday, 9 p.m. and then Sunday, 8 p.m. So we honoring dads all week. And your amazing dad can be in here. You can chat in with us. I hear the dog popping. He just want to come on TV. We got a dog show. We got a dog show. Don't leave him out. He's coming on PIC TV Network on the Pet Show. I love to hear the dog and the pets popping on. So folks, PIC TV Network, again, I want you to be blessed. You know, our network is your network on Roku, and those who want to support PIC TV Network, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a minute and, like Dr. Sheila McGrew does every month, she's our #1 supporter with the PIC TV Network to make sure our shows and programs go on. You can support the PIC TV Network right now with a special gift. You can send a special donation right now to Cash App. We want to help some families out there too. Cash App the PIC TV Network right now. You can PayPal the PIC TV Network right now. We'll give you a special gift. That's to come on TV. You can come on TV just like we on and be a co-host with Dr. Evans and the PIC TV Network family. So take a moment, screenshot that. People coming on there. Look at these numbers popping up. PayPal. Let's support the PIC TV Network. Our network stays alive because of your support. Dr. Sheila, tell everybody, what's important to you by supporting PIC TV Network? Because you do this every month. You don't miss. Tell people why you do that, Dr. Sheila McGrew.
Yes, I support PIC TV Network with more than just words. A lot of us can sometimes say what we would like to see in our neighborhoods and in our communities, but anything that someone puts together, whether it is a TV network whether it is a special event, whatever it is someone puts together, they have to put their time and energies in it. And those things don't come free. And for many of them, because of the love, the labor of love, they actually you take those funds out of their own pockets. But when we as a community all come together to support a good wholesome cause for our community, it means everything. Now, with PIC TV Network, this is a network. It is the People's Investment Channel, and it is by us, for us, the regular ordinary person, to be on that level playing field, to get on NBC, ABC, Fox, and some of the other major networks. You're going to have so many thousands of dollars, some type of leg in, or some big news thing that broke out or something, and someone wants to interview you. You're not going to just be able to just buy airtime and get on. But with PIC TV, it opens that playing field for people to expose their talents, expose their gifts. If they have a pop-up shopping media platform, and or if they go out and have a kiosk in the middle of the mall, they can actually come on to PIC TV and utilize our shopping channel. We have cooking shows where someone, if they have gifts in cooking, or we have our virtual book fair every month. We have so many avenues where regular ordinary people can get on television and have their exposure. You don't see that every day, but we have that with PIC TV. Now, the more people that support PIC TV, the more people that put their finances in PIC TV, then the better we can get better equipment, hone more skills, and be able to bring in more talent, to bring in more experience, to the point to where we will look just as polished as some of the major networks. Now, everything has a beginning, and we are so happy and grateful that Dr. Evans, in honor of his sister, started this out. It first just started out with a small idea of I believe, just a show or maybe one channel. And from there, it turned into a network. Well, from there, it can come to even more, but it takes all of us together. All of us together working for a major purpose and goal. And if you want to get your products out there, if you want to get a thought out there or a television show, you can have your own talk show talking about issues in your community, talking about women's issues, talking about children's issues, talking about, as we were just talking about today, what it means to be a father. There are men who have platforms that are great dads, and they have an avenue out there to where now they can actually teach other young dads how to be great fathers. We have a platform for you here on PIC TV. Regardless of whatever it is that you do, we have a platform. But no platform can exist without your support. So we ask that you use your finances and support this great cause, not only for yourself, but for your community and for your future. That is the reason why I support PIC TV.
And what I love about PIC TV Network, we're more than just a television network. Dr. Schiller knows that around the holidays, we have Project Smiles, where we give away toys and we give away gift cards and we give away items to families in need, food. You know, Dr. Schiller has been with me for 4 years. She's a business manager, and she gives every month to support this network. And can you imagine smiles on kids' faces? Last year, we gave away toys for the kids at Project Smiles. Dr. Schiller, one of the kids said, "This is the best day of my life." He was so small. He said, "This was the best day of my life." I almost broke down and cried because it was a toy. But to him, Dr. Schiller was more than a toy. It was a beautiful...
You know, Mike, we're talking about fathers. Yes, sir. You know, we're talking about fathers. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dr. Evans, but it reminded me something about what my dad said. As I said before, my dad lost his parents when he was a very young and early age. And Christmas time was not as festive in the house, growing up poor, as opposed to one who had so much. But to have a program like we have with Project Smile, what if someone at that time when he was so little, at the age of 6 and 9, losing his parents, someone came into the community and had toys and gifts. When he was little, he thought that Santa Claus didn't love him because he would give gifts to the kids down in the street and he wouldn't have anything. That's how his child mind was thinking. But what if there was a community where they got together and they did something like Project Smile, and you can change a child's life? For that child to say, this is the best day of my life, I immediately thought of my dad. What if somebody did that for them? You can be a part of that with PIC TV. And it's just a wonderful thing, the different things that we do throughout the year for kids and communities. That's what it's all about. Building strong communities, build strong neighborhoods and families. So it is just a wonderful thing with Project Smile, wonderful thing.
This is what we do. We'll be right back after this.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Today we are making a film about subverting stereotypes in cinema when it comes to Black people and the portrayal of Black people in television and film.
For me, widening the screen is basically taking a look at life in the middle for Black people, a normalization of Black life to allow people to see themselves in Black life.
We're going to embrace the whole culture. You know, once we start seeing different avenues and different spectrums, I feel like the boundaries get pushed.
It's always great when the cast and when our crew is representative of us. It's mostly, a Black crew.
As the producer of the film, I primarily was responsible for coordinating a lot of the crew and talent that we hired for the production, from director to DP and our editor. And this is the first time in my career of almost 20 years of producing film that I've seen that.
Wow, I hope I get there one day. I hope I get to that wide screen. Maybe they'll see my presentation today. So let's go into, before we close out this segment, I'm going to dedicate this to Daz. We're going to go into some comments about my new mini movie. Now, it's not well, I'll let you watch. I'm not going to say nothing negative. I'm just going to go ahead and just let you guys comment on different scenes in this short film that I have. And then those of you who want to watch it, you can go on YouTube and see some of the rest of it. But it's called Make the Making of a Good Dad. All right, let's go see some of this.
To some people, Father's Day is a time of hurt, pain, where the world seems upside down and things that everybody look at to celebrate. It seems like it's this time to remember when Dad wasn't there. And a lot of times when people feel this way, it's not a regular day of celebration like other people do. It's a time of remembering who wasn't there. But the beautiful thing about life is God gives you a chance to make it right.
And life always come my way, and I'm always so in this scene of the movie, mini movie, Dr. Schiller, I'm talking about dads who are men and women who going through Father's Day, but their dad wasn't there. And this character, which is me, but it's really not me, Dr. Schiller. he doesn't like Father's Day because he never had his father in his life to go to the games, to support him, to be there, to be in his life. So he doesn't like Father's Day. He don't even like the name of Father's Day. So this character right here is bitter, has a resentment, has pain. But at the end, there's going to be a change because he's going to know more about what it's really about. It's about make me a better father. Mm-hmm. Even though my father wasn't there, this character's father wasn't there, but so make me a better father. So as he becomes a father, all the things that he didn't have growing up, he put in his son's life so he can have those beautiful things in his daughter's life so they can have beautiful, beautiful moments. So let me skip through a little bit of it because he's really angry, Dr. Schiller. And, he's really upset, So let me see if I can get it.
So to me, it's all about the money. It's all about money. When you're trying to get to the next place in life, it's all about money. So when you say Father's Day, it's all about the money. Money, money, and more money.
Now this dad, he's all about money, so he's that character right there. All he wants to do is work, and make money, get the bag. So he doesn't care about the heart of being a father and what the father is about. He's more about the green in the machine. So he is using money to make him the man that he is. So I wanted to say to those fathers, you can burn yourself out easily if you're just going after the money and not your heart. Because what does the profit of man to gain the world and lose his soul? Money can buy a watch but can't buy time. Money can buy books but can't buy brains. Money can buy medicine but can't buy healing. So that character right there is all about the money, but he misses the message that's in his heart. Let's look a little further.
There are some fathers that are mad with the world. They upset, they on fire. Every time they come out, they spit fire because of the pain, the hurt, the rejection, the sadness, the bitterness that comes out of them. To be in a world where there is no dad, there is no one to call you, to hug you, to watch your games, where somebody just to, say good night and good morning with you, who is their role model and leader. So there's a lot of fathers that are upset and spitting fire. But guess what? That fire can turn into a powerful flame when you use it the right way. The same fire that's there, that's burning in the hearts of people, and the bitterness that can turn out to do something beautiful. It takes the fire to heat up a surrounding and fill with love. It takes the fire to cook a good meal. It takes the same fire to make good things happen. So all the fathers who are watching today who's filled with this fire because of something happened, we light that pilot light and light it with love.
So this segment right here of Dr. Schiller was a father who angry, spitting fire, mad and upset, angry at everything, kicking the cat, kicking the dog, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. But the message to that dad is basically turn that pressure into power. You can use it to do more good than bad. And now we're going to see the flip side to some good fathers. Now watch this.
But now I am a father. Life is different now. Because now I understand just because my father wasn't there in my life, I have to be a father to my sons and my daughters. So I'm not going to take that role that I did 10 years ago, saying where was my father? Because now I am a father. And I'm going to be everything that I didn't receive over there to my son and to my daughter. So I appreciate Father's Day now. It is a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to know the Heavenly Father and to know that there is a good dad out there who is giving to his children, who is showing love to his family, who's providing the best that he can to make sure that they have an opportunity to be there, And now, because I am a grateful father, I see life differently, and I can do things in a greater way. So now I understand that Father's Day is a day of appreciation. It's a day of love. It's a day of inspiration. It's a day of giving back. That's what I learned now. Father's Day is one of the greatest days on the calendar. And for my children to come and say, I love you, Pops, and to be around me and to surround me with love, I'm going to give that love back. So I'm not bitter no more. I'm better, because now I know the real Father is not outside. The real Father is in me. Happy Father's Day.
So Dr. Silla, with this part right here is the father who finds that Father's Day starts in your heart. It's not about the money. It's not about being bitter. It's not about somebody who wasn't there for me. It's finding the Heavenly Father. Once you find the Heavenly Father, God makes all that love come out from your heart. How many people who father's been missing, like Jerome Bowie, who's going to be on tomorrow, father's missing for 40 years out of his life. He got a phone call that his father was alive. He went and picked him up, brought him to his house, and took him off the streets, loved him like he never left. So when you see stories like that, it's the love at the end of the day. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Now I'm going to do a small song, Dr. Schiller. So don't, this is a song that I did. And I want to thank Brother Smiles, who was here with us today, and my son Steven from Hollywood, California is in town before he flies back. And they were over while I was shooting this movie, literally today. And I asked him to play this while I sing a little bit.
That's why it's easy. Loving God, it's easy like Sunday morning. That's why it's easy serving Jesus. It's easy like Sunday morning. It's easy like Sunday
Okay, so yeah, I just want to say happy Father's Day to one of the greatest fathers in this DMV area. We appreciate you. We love you. Pastor Evans, man, we love you. Thank you so much.
I'm pops to you, man. I don't have to use the pastor's towel. I'm pops, man.
Yeah, we love you, man. Happy Father's Day to you.
God bless.
So that's it, Dr. Schiller. That's my mini movie. I got more mini movies on YouTube. PIC TV mini movies a little longer, but we just put that together, some for Father's Day. So what stuck out to you, Dr. Schiller? And then I want Greg to come out a little bit more. Was it the burning? Was it the father who was upset about the money? What resonated? Or at the end, he realized in his heart that
he realized in his heart that the Father is within. I like that.
Dr. Schiller, I tried to do my best acting, Dr. Schiller. I'm not no Denzel Washington. I'm not Dr. Schiller. They didn't pay me for this, Dr. Schiller.
I don't think Denzel is sweating right now, but it's okay. You'll catch up with him.
Hey, Rob. I'm not no Hollywood. They call me, man. They didn't bring me the canvas in, man. Rob, yeah. So Rob, they didn't bring me in with the big Hollywood didn't come out here, man. I had to do my own Hollywood.
I didn't know you had all that in you, man. You know, all the years I had to go to the old church and preach, I was like, wait a minute, he can sing too? Okay.
No,
but you know,
that's
now, but look, now you don't have to. I was telling somebody now, with the way technology is, you don't have to wait on Hollywood to shoot the movie. You shoot your own movie.
Right.
You know, you don't have to wait on. You don't have to wait on a recording contract. You know, get signed. You can sign yourself. You know, people, studio. I mean, everything. The I guess the wide gap is narrow now. You know, people got studios in their homes. You know, people are shooting. They're shooting full feature movies with iPhones, with DSLRs. You know, and it's even been stated that some full-length feature movies were shot strictly with DSLR cameras. You know, so the excuses have been taken off the table. You know, and I appreciate that. You know, that portrayal, and you know, you represent the different fathers. You know, because that represents, you know, art imitating real life. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are angry inside, and you know, when you have a lot of fathers who don't have a voice, they feel as though the only time you have a voice is when you are producing as society says. You know, if you're not, you know, I was talking to somebody and I was telling them, I said, you know, like when Mr. Evans and Bishop McGrew, when they were and my father, you know, provision now means something different from provision back in the day. And I think that although, I mean, you can never have a perfect scenario, you know, because back then they had to deal with racism. And now, fast forward, it's more, yes, we still have racism, but it's more classism, and classism within our own race. You know, now if they say if you don't quote unquote make six figures, you ain't a real man. You know, you can't provide. You know, and we know that a lot of times it's done by design. You know, that, you know, me being from the DMV, like, you know, Pastor Dave, you know, we both know his wife is in the federal government. He's in the federal government. So it's not uncommon to see in, you know, in African Americans, the women's doing very, very well and the brothers are in tow. And a lot of times that destroys a lot of fathers. My father had to counsel, he had to counsel a lot of Black men or talk them off the ledge because they felt that they were inadequate because they could not keep up economically, you know, and that doesn't classify them as being a real father. But, you know, you have to, you know, reach down, way down, and come up with your own resolve to say, you know what, I may not have it all financially, but I'm rich in attitude, I'm rich in spirit, and I'm rich in a presence, you know, and not presence, you know. Kids are not gonna remember when you bought them, the kids are not gonna remember when you bought them foam deposits or them Jordans, but they can remember, hey man, remember we went to here, we went to there, we used to go to Hovermel's, you know, or we used to go down to the wharf and get they gonna remember, man, we used to have fish fries on Friday night. Those are the things that builds legacy. Those are the powerful friends. You know what I'm saying, Pastor Dave?
And I'm so happy, man, you stated that before we close. I put up some pictures, Dr. Sheila, about some fathers who on the street, you know, who this Father's Day, they won't be at a 5-star meal location eating with the family with pursuit on after church. But God loves them just as much as he loves us. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and answered and delivered him from all of his fears. So let's not forget about the dads who's out there, you know, and maybe they hit a rough place in their life. You know, maybe the fathers that we see who may be on the street one day were up, maybe they were on top, working on the top floor, and the next thing something happened and their whole world crushed down. You know, one doctor's visit can change your life. One audit can change your life. One situation that can happen that you got more money that to put out than you can bring in. And next thing you know, there's a lot of people are living on the street. So we haven't forgotten about dads. And if your father is out there on the street and you watch me right now, try to find him. You know, go out there and just show him some love if you can. You know, as long as he got a heartbeat, as long as he's out there, you know, that's still dad. You know, I would want somebody to come and see me if I was homeless, you know, but still that heartbeat is for my kids. Dr. Shirley, this has been an amazing kickoff. So we got to come back tomorrow at 8 o'clock and the next night at 8 o'clock. We got some more shows to do on Father's Day tributes this week. And you guys were so good. So I'm excited for all of you who watched the program today. Tell me how you liked my mini movie.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's full of different little things and different messages. And the singing at the end was the cherry on top.
Dr. Schiller, I received that from you. But if you guys want to watch some of my real other mini movies, go to YouTube and look at When Trees Cry. Go look at some of my other mini movies I have out there. And what inspired me to do mini movies, I watched this mini movie, and it was a short film. I think it was like less than 3 or 4 minutes. And 1 minute, 41 seconds. When I saw this, I said, I'm gonna make my first mini movie. And my first mini movie was 5 Minutes with God. But this would inspire me to do it. Watch this. It's only 1 minute and 41 seconds. This is what really got me. When I saw that movie, that mini short film, the Academy Award was one of the award-winning mini movies. It was 1 minute and 41 seconds. You look it up. It's the #1 short movie films of all times. 1 minute. It's called Guatemala. When I found that, I said, wait a minute. The Academy Award, they won an Oscar for that? Yep. So when I saw that, I said, I'm gonna start making short films. That's what kicked me off, you know. So I started doing mine from then out. And A Day with God was my first short film, and it kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And that's how my short film career started, you know. Let me see, can I show you a little bit of this one?
my friend. My name is David Evans. Thank you for your time. I was so happy today to make this short movie presentation just to inspire and motivate people. And I thought about this title, When Trees Cry, because everybody can relate to seeing a tree and having the trees around. But could you ever think about the tree itself? We human beings, we're not human things. But the trees, they are nature's greatest gift. One of God's greatest gifts to the world is trees that produces oxygen, trees that produces shade. Trees have a special significance in the earth. It's beautiful. And when these trees that we see go through a transformation, it's major. So I entitled this message, When Trees Cry. Welcome to this special segment, When Trees Cry.
I can't let y'all look at all of them. You gotta go. You can't look at all my mini movies. Go over to YouTube and look at all the ones. We got over 100 of them. So that's how I started my mini movies, Dr. Sheila. You know, but this having an idea. We're going to close out this segment. I want to thank my man Rob for coming in. Rob, thank you, man, for coming in tonight, for being with me, and Dr. Sheila for hanging with me today on PIC TV Network, folks. It's Father's Day week, and we're celebrating all week long. So we'll be right back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Again, I'm going to ask my guests to come back. We got some more guests coming on. And on Friday, some more guests coming on. 8 p.m. Saturday, more guests coming on. And Sunday. Dads deserves this. Our dads deserve to be honored. And we're going to honor good dads who are doing amazing things. And we're going to look at some more of our mini movie. God bless you, everybody. Until we meet again, may heaven smile upon you is our prayer.
Here tonight on the red carpet of the biggest night in Washington, D.C. This is Pastor Macklin and First Lady Macklin. How proud are you of your son?
Wow, I am awesomely proud. I'm humbled at what God is doing in his life and how God is multiplying his talents. This is not only going to be the Ignite, but this is going to go national. First Lady's going to say a whole lot more about my son.
Oh my goodness, I am so humbly proud of Brandon. I mean, this is his dream, and to be here to witness his dream, and to be here also to see all of the wonderful people and how they support Brandon is amazing. God is so great and wonderful. And I prayed with my son this morning, and I prayed that he would have a successful event. And guess what? It is successful.
Well, he's on PIC TV Network. We had an interview with him. He almost stopped preaching. He almost preached on my TV network.
Oh yeah, we saw it.
You got a great network.
When you coming back again?
You do a tremendous job.
Thank you, Pastor Matt. Red Carpet, PIC TV Network here. This is the Queens. How proud are you of your brother?
I'm very proud of my brother. I'm so excited that this is his first night of golden greatness, a night for honor, a night of worthy of musicians, producers, preachers, all across the DMV. We're so excited to be here tonight. Bishop Nelson is with me, and we're so proud of you.
Yeah, it's my man right there. Love you guys.
Love you.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
The PIC TV Network.
You gonna be watching?
The PIC TV Network.
Whoa. Everybody, what's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Hey, Queen, what's the TV network you gonna be watching?
You're watching PIC TV Network.
TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Whoa. What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
The PIC TV Network.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching? TV network you gonna be watching?
TV Network.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching? What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Jesus Christ, what's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Hey, kings and queens, what's the TV network y'all gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
See it, boss. Steve, this is happening. This is I guess I love Steve.
Steve-O, miss you, bro.
This is big. Thank you.
Be a part of it. Yeah. And then to be on 15. Yeah. Wow.
Right there.
Love you guys.
Love you.
What network you gonna be watching?
I'm gonna be watching PIC TV Network.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Hey, kings and queens, what's the TV network y'all gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
What's the TV network you gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
People say they know you, man. Come on, walk down here. They say they know you, Doc, when you coming in this joint, man. I was like, I'm supposed to be known, man. How these dudes, I'm the president.
I'm from the DMV all my life.
Yeah, man. You got stars saying, I know you, man. They asking for your name and stuff, man. They said, I know this dude, man. I was like, yeah, man.
Man, I tell you, man, God is good, man. I'm excited about the night.
Happy birthday, Stephen Evans, but also Steve-O, you said.
Yes, Steve-O.